they're both going on.
My back feels on fire.
Whoa, whoa, big spikes, both of them. Big spikes again.
What the hell was that, dude?
That was
That
loud.
scared the hell out of me.
What was that?
Hi,
Hi, how are you?
All right, Kathy, thank you very much for inviting us into Dom Polski's. We're very excited to be here.
Thank you for coming. Back in the early 1900s, the Polish immigrants came here and they were housed until they could find permanent housing. So they stayed in the upstairs rooms and they used the kitchen, they had facilities, and until they could find a place to go, this was their home.
So this is a safe house.
Right.
How long did that go on as a safe house for?
Almost 15 years.
Almost 15
Yeah.
years?
Yeah,
Okay.
15 years. We have a hidden bar that everybody was underground. And they went down there and drank and had parties and nobody knew about it.
So when the police would come in to raid for Prohibition, all the people drinking at the bar would just mosey on downstairs and just keep drinking.
Right. Well, that's where they were anyway. It was a closed area and they were downstairs and people were upstairs watching to make sure nobody else came in.
So it was a hidden room, basically.
A hidden room.
You, your staff, there's a lot of people that have been having experiences. Now, how long have you been involved with the building?
I've been here since I was little.
Okay.
My grandparents were married here, my mother and father were married here, I was married here, so I've been here for pretty much 40 years.
So this is like home
Right.
for you and your family?
Right.
Okay.
And my daughter was here, so that we had 4 generations coming to Dom Polski's.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Now, you mentioned your daughter. Now, you did mention to us that your daughter's recently passed in the past couple of years, right?
Yes.
So when we say this is like a home for you and your family, you believe your daughter's still
she's still
spirit's
here.
still here too?
She's still here.
Okay.
Yep.
Now, what kind of experiences have you had here?
A lot of things go missing, weird things, and then you find them 4 or 5 days later, or sometimes you never find them. Lights go on and off, things fall off of shelves that are on a flat shelf in a box, and the box is on the ground. Lights flicker, a lot of abnormal things.
Okay. All right. Well, why don't you take us through a little tour of the building and show us some of the paranormal hotspots, I guess you'd say, and we'll see what we can do to put together an investigation for you.
Okay, sounds good.
All right. Lead the way, Kathy.
Okay.
All right, so Kathy, this is obviously a pretty big room. I mean, what do you use this room for here today?
This is the banquet hall.
Banquet
We
hall.
have all of our big functions back here.
Okay.
People come for dinners, for parties. They rent the hall out, and everybody comes and has a good time.
So this is where you do your weddings and...
Right.
Okay.
Back in Prohibition time, this was a bar.
That's a trap door, isn't it?
That's a trapdoor.
So this secret bar that you were talking about, that was in the basement,
Right.
this is the doorway to that bar?
Yes,
All right.
it is.
Can we go down there?
You sure can. Yep.
All
We
right,
can
cool.
move all the stuff out of the
Louis,
way.
Let's get this stuff out of here. Push it. All right. So this just opens up.
Yep, just pull that handle
Okay.
carefully. Don't fall in the hole.
You got it?
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay, here, what do you guys get?
You gotta look at
Let's
this.
get a look at this.
And this was where all the parties were held when they weren't allowed to have these kind of parties.
Okay, so this is the old speakeasy.
Yes,
Okay, so now when the prohibition was going on, and obviously alcohol was illegal, this is where all the parties happened down
Yes.
here. Now it's obviously pretty short to head. Now this I assume wasn't the original ceiling, right?
no.
Okay.
No, upstairs when you first come down here, there was a stage. The
Oh.
stage gave enough head clearance for everybody to walk down here comfortably, and nobody knew it was a stage.
So the stage covered the bar.
Exactly.
So the police would have no idea.
That's right.
Oh, wow.
The stage covered the bar.
Pretty smart.
Yep, and then there's the stairs that came down, and once they closed that hatch door, nobody knew anything was going on.
Now you said this is original, like this has been untouched.
This has been untouched. The only thing that's happened is they took out the bar.
Yeah. So these pink tiles on the wall, these were here.
Everything was here. Yes.
Everything was here.
Yep.
So
Yep.
that's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you think there's activity here?
I believe there is, yes.
Okay. Have you had any experiences, or any one of your employees had experiences here?
Well, back in the day, I know a lot of people told me that they would be in cleaning, like one of my friend Patty.
Okay.
She helps clean here, and you can hear banging around down here.
Ah.
Yeah. So obviously there's nothing down here to bang around. There's no pipes that are working. That's why that one's dripping, because it's been cut off. So what could it be? What could be making noise down here?
Well, hopefully we can look into that for you.
Yep. Okay.
We just came down to the basement. Now, you said that you've heard a lot of experiences going on, like noises. Now, you've also say that things have been misplaced.
Right.
Now, can you take us through any of those experiences that you had, or?
Well, down here, the biggest thing that happens is, even though these lights aren't in boxes, they're in a garbage can, and these lights will actually fall over, and you will come down here and they'll be broken. Not the ones that are in the bag, or the ones that are still, not the big ones, the ones that are in there.
So literally, they're being picked up out of the garbage can
And they're
broken on the floor.
they're like dropped. They're like picked up, and they're bam, dropped. Well, I used to count them. There used to be 30 bulbs all around, short ones. There's not that many anymore, because they keep getting broken. You can see the evidence of glass on the floor.
Yeah.
No. And we could be here during the day, and nothing is happening. Tracy will come down and do the beer shoot or whatever, and then the next morning, nobody will be in the building, and we'll find broken lights.
Okay. So you definitely think there's something going on here in the basement as well?
Yep. And we might have aggravated somebody.
Why would you think that?
Because I'm more unconventional than the past people that ran this club.
Okay.
So I think I unnerved them.
Okay. Well, everybody's got their own way of doing things.
Right.
And sometimes, even when you pass on, you hope that things will be done your way again. But,
Yeah.
unfortunately, that's just not the way it is.
Correct.
So, so you think that the way that you run the building has, increased some of the activity here?
I would say so, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's check out the rest of the building.
Okay.
Okay. Kathy, up to you. Okay, so we just came upstairs to what is now your office, and you said that there's been kind of things going on here too as well. Can you tell us what this room was originally used for?
Back in the early 1900s, this room was used for Polish immigrants. They would get off the boat when they came to Ellis Island. They would come here to have housing until they found permanent residence somewhere in the area.
Okay, so how many people would stay in this room?
There was probably 20 people in
Wow.
just in this room.
Okay.
And then in the other office, probably another 10.
Wow. Okay, absolutely.
Yeah.
So this was obviously, helping the Polish people come over
Yep.
in the turn of the century. Now, this is early 1900s, right?
Right.
Okay. Do you want to show us the other room, too?
Sure.
Okay, great.
Some of them we do, some of them we don't.
What, the lot of trick-or-treat? Oh, that is a nice one.
Okay, so this would have been another room that was used to house these Polish immigrants, right?
Right.
So now, the experiences that are being had in the building, do you think that's directly related to the Polish immigrants, or do you think there's other things going on here as well?
I would imagine some of them are still here, even though I still think it's a lot of the people who ran this club that were very prominent and proud to be here.
Yeah.
And they're the ones that are really.
So even
messing with
though
us.
there's over 100-year history here at Dom Polski's in this building, you think that the spirits that are here are more relative in nature?
I think so, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Now, as far as the building is concerned, you think that you experience activity throughout the building. So
Right.
it's not just one area.
No.
So whatever's going on is going on throughout the whole
Exactly.
location.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Now, there's a couple other spots that you still want to show us too, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Let's
Yep.
keep it moving here. All right, so Kathy, this is obviously like some sort of rec room. This is got a pool table in it. It looks like pretty offset from the local bar crowd down there. So it's a pretty private room. Now, what was this room used for?
Actually, this still housed immigrants.
Okay.
They were up here also.
So how many immigrants do you think that this place would house at any given time?
They could probably, I would say probably 70, 80 people.
Wow.
Yeah, this was big. This was one of the first buildings. OLC, the church, was built just after this. So they were going to that church and they were coming here to live until houses were built because this was all farmland.
Okay, yeah, I can just imagine all these cots in here and, just people packed in these rooms like sardines almost.
Yeah.
So how long would a person stay here at any given time?
I guess it would depend on their situation. Maybe if they were waiting for more people to join them so that they could leave as a family, they might stay here for several months.
Okay.
If not, if they were able to locate somewhere to live, then they would just move on.
So this was a revolving door.
Right,
constantly.
right,
People
and then,
coming
right,
and going.
and then if we were full, we have to turn people away, but as they would leave, then we would let more people come back in.
Okay, so obviously, this rec area, how long has it been a rec area, not obviously housing the...
Yeah, well, probably, this has been probably 30 years. Before that, they really didn't do a whole lot with it, as some of the older people kind of phased themselves out. The younger ones decided they wanted a pool room, so that's what they ended up doing.
Okay. So the experience is here much the same?
Yes.
Okay.
Now, as we were walking up the stairs, the light blew out.
Yeah.
Timing.
Yeah, I mean,
Timing.
we talked about the electrical issues
Right.
throughout the building.
And it does happen, and we're kind of used to it, so it doesn't really faze us, but we have light bulbs in certain parts of the building that you could change them today and go and turn the switch on tomorrow and it could be blown out. It's just the way things are. And our electric is up to code.
Yeah.
We're all good.
Well, with our camera, we have an 8-hour battery that was drained within about the first 20 minutes of filming. So, I mean, even us, we're experiencing some sort of technical difficulties here as well.
Yep, my phone does the same thing. My phone,
battery?
the battery gets eaten alive in here and at my house also. So I think that has something to do with Brandi. Yeah, I really do.
Brandi,
My daughter.
your daughter.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So what experiences other than your phone being drained have you had with your daughter after she passed?
My daughter loved music. She loved to be downstairs at the bar. She would rather come here and hang out than really help me. But jukebox. the jukebox has an on-off switch behind the bar. And we've come in several times where that jukebox is on and blaring. You could hear it outside, blaring, and that's what Brandi liked. She wanted her music loud, and that's
So the jukebox even turns on by itself?
all by itself. Yep.
Okay.
Yep, several times. Patty has come in, the one girl I was talking about earlier, she's come in and the TV has been on full blast. It's just really just random weird things like that happen here. And if you're closing the bar and the alarm system says nobody's been in there, and you go and you're the first one there in the morning, how does the TV get turned on? How does the jukebox get turned on? How do lights get turned on when they were all off when you leave?
Mm-hmm.
You know, and the alarm system, if it's not off and if there is anything going on, the alarm system won't let you turn it on. So you have to make sure everything is off. Next morning, everything is on. So.
Okay. All right, let's go check out the bar.
Okay.
Kathy, we're standing in the famous bar here
Yes.
at Dom Polski's. Now, you've explained before that there has been experiences that you believe are connected to your family, your daughter who has
Yes.
passed. Now, is that the jukebox that keeps going off by itself?
Yes, it is.
Okay, that would have been the same jukebox that was here when your daughter was here as
Yep.
well? Okay.
Yep.
Now, as far as the other experiences in the bar, there's quite a few.
Yep.
A lot of your staff has stepped forward here tonight saying they've had experiences here. Can you just explain some of those experiences for us?
Well, it's mostly lights, bottles behind the bar that are moved. The register turns itself on and off. You could be in the middle of a shift and it turns itself on and off.
So it's like somebody kept playing this constant prank on you guys.
Yes,
Like this
it's-
constant joke.
It's a non-stop prank.
Yeah.
Non-stop.
Okay.
Yep. I mean, we're sitting here now and the lights are on the shuffleboard table, and we could be sitting at the bar, we could have a bar full of people, and it just turns itself off.
Was it something that happened a lot
It-
before your daughter died, or did it happen more after she died?
No, it only happened after.
Ah.
Yes. So there's a lot of things that I know are connection to my daughter.
Yeah, you have personal connection,
Yeah.
obviously.
Yeah. The jukebox is a big thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's big because, and like I said, and when it does come on, it's on full blast.
She said she loved music.
And yep, and she wasn't happy unless the music was as loud as we would let her do it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
so thank you very much for taking us through the tour of your Dom Polski's.
No, you're welcome.
Very beautiful, historic building. You know, and obviously very proud of.
Yes, we are.
And we're going to look into a lot of these experiences for you and see if we can come up with some answers. And we're going to get the team together and put together an investigation for you. No, I know Ashley, our psychic medium, has just arrived, so we want to introduce you to Ashley and see if she can pick up any of the things here that you've been experiencing.
Okay,
And
great.
See if there's any connections there. Okay.
Okay, let's do
All
it.
right, so let's go meet
Okay.
Ashley. All right.
Hi, my name is Ashley.
Hi,
I'm
my
psychic
name is
medium
Kathy.
with the team. So what we're going to do right now is I'm going to kind of do a little walkthrough and see what I pick up, if that's okay with you.
Sure.
Before we start, I'm not familiar with the area. There's a couple of things that kind of stood out to me. I actually got lost on the way here, and I went the other way.
South.
Yeah, the other way. I guess I'm horrible with directions. So let's get that out there right now.
Okay.
I actually had to slam on my brakes because there was the best way I can describe it was a very angry, big, mean gentleman, and he was actually covered in blood.
Really?
You know, the first thing that jumps out to me is like, you know, this big, huge, intimidating biker kind of guy, and he was covered with blood, and I was attracted to just the side of the street when he came out, and then I was startled, of course, and kind of rerouted my GPS and came this way, which was the right way.
Okay.
Okay, so, well, if it's okay, I'm gonna walk a little bit in this room. Okay, so another thing that stands out to me is someone in connection to you. Okay, she is female. And the thing that she says to me is she's your right-hand man. She's your best friend. I get the letter B with that. And it feels like there's an important date coming up. There's a very, very important date, significant with maybe her passing or her birth. It's either or to me, but it stands out to me as very significant. Maybe within the next month or so. Okay. She tells me that she kind of gave you a sign that she was around and thinking about you. I'm not really sure exactly what she's trying to say. Half the time, I'm kind of the middleman. It might not mean anything to me. It usually means something to the person that I'm talking to. It's almost like a picture popping up. Do you know what I'm talking about when I say that? Okay, all right. That was just something to say, hey, I'm here with you. Okay. And when I walk in here, this is when it became more powerful to me. So I assume that she's your best friend, she's your right-hand man, because she did play a huge part in this very building.
Yes, she did.
Okay. Okay, this is your daughter.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So when I come in here, obviously, just to let you know, we're not the only ones on this tour today. She is here with us as well. She's gonna be pointing out some things with us today. What I do feel around this building is a lot of noises and a lot of tinkering around and a lot of checking up and making sure everything's in its place and things like that. I do want to go upstairs. I am being called upstairs, if that's okay. All right.
Okay, let's go. We're gonna go to these offices over here.
Yes.
Lead the way.
Up here, I feel like when I'm up here working, and this might pertain to the other office as well, I always feel like I'm not alone. I always feel like there's someone right behind me. I always feel like things are being moved, tinkering with, things like that. Also, if I feel like I'm in here and I'm working, I kind of want to get up a little bit and check to see who's out there walking around. It's just a lot of noise, a lot of things going on. Well, I'm just kind of sitting in here working. Can I walk over to the other office?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So you do a lot of gift baskets and
Well,
things like that.
our
here.
Chinese auction is next Sunday,
Okay.
so we're putting them all together now.
Now I want to come get the baskets.
Yay!
This might sound weird. When I come in here, I get an off feeling. I get a negative feeling. I get a very uncomfortable feeling. And it's here, but it's kind of like, don't go over there. That's kind of like, don't come over here. I don't want to be bothered. This is not your area. Don't come in here. But I'm going to go in there. Okay? So when I'm in here, do you ever have that funhouse effect where it's like, oh boy, the room is spinning right now. It's absolutely spinning out of I'm known for puking sometimes.
Oh boy.
But that's that feeling. That's that feeling. I feel a male energy in here. Okay. And he belongs not so much in this closet area, but it's almost like not necessarily connected to so much the building, but the area or the land. He is very old school, but he's not a nice person. And this is the lingering of energy to me, but this closet, horrible feeling.
Yeah.
Horrible feeling.
Upstairs here is where all the Polish immigrants were housed.
Okay.
All right, there were these two rooms here. They use that bathroom and then they cook downstairs in the kitchen.
Okay.
There's also the other side that we might visit if you think we need to.
Okay.
That has two other rooms up there, and there were Polish immigrants there also.
That would explain the feeling of dread and sorrow and things like that. Specifically to that room and that closet though, it is a negative feeling. Like in the back of my head, someone saying, get out. You don't belong here, get out.
Yeah.
And like I said earlier, it's a matter of the energies of thinking that someone's out here walking around and tinkering and things like that. You probably never ever, especially being here alone sometimes, never ever get the feeling that you're here by yourself.
No.
Okay, because I feel like we're being followed.
Yeah.
All eyes on us.
If I'm here by myself upstairs in the office, I lock the downstairs door. but then I'm always hearing stuff downstairs. You know, and I'm always kind of picking, anybody come in? And nobody answers, so
Right.
I just assume that
It's a visitor.
we have a visitor.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Okay, well, we'll head downstairs. Now, obviously, sometimes this is a hard subject. You're talking about your co-captain, your right-hand man here. Not only did she want me to bring up, obviously, what we said downstairs, that she gave you a sign, I don't know, a picture of some sort popping up in the least places. What was that about?
Facebook. She has been coming up on my Facebook for about a month now, and the weirdest times. Just today, it came up, it had, see your best moments from 2015. Well, Brandi's already been gone
Right.
since 14, and 2 of her pictures came up.
So it was a picture.
Yes,
Okay.
2 of her pictures came up. Her anniversary is not until January.
That would explain the,
Right.
okay, the date.
But my
I was talking
mom's
about.
anniversary is next Wednesday. She'll be gone 3 years.
Okay.
So I think maybe that's why Brandi is kind of focusing on me now, because I'm really having a hard time. My brother, my mom, and Brandi all died in 3 years.
Gotcha.
So I think she's like kind of trying to help me right now.
Absolutely, that
Yeah,
makes sense.
she's trying to help me.
She's with us right now, and she's with you all the
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
And that's why she wanted me to point out, and like I said, I don't know what that means, but you explaining it to me makes sense
Yeah.
now, is the picture popping up and just being by your side. And she also says that this place is important to her and you,
Yeah.
is because you threw your lives into it.
Yeah.
This is important to you. You struggle
Right,
to keep this going because
Right.
it is important and
Right.
and a part of your family.
right, right. We had 4 generations here. My grandparents, my parents, me and Brandi. You know, the 3 of us beforehand all got married here. Our families were married here, so it's big. This is 4 generations of us being in this
That's
building.
important.
So that's important.
Yeah. Now, let me ask you this real quick, because like I said, I had gotten lost on the way here, like the opposite way. I'm not from here. Does that even make sense to you, what I felt?
How far down were you?
I don't know, maybe in like the 300s area. All I know is that I pulled up front and literally, like I'm not even kidding, and I know how crazy this sounds. This big, scary, burly guy is in the middle of the road and he's covered in blood. And it's funny because I keep wanting to call him Dan, but he just popped out of nowhere, and it just, I want to relate it to, I think he got shot.
Well, about a year ago, 2 people were shot in the 300 block of Oliver Street by this guy that he was just convicted. He was convicted maybe about a month ago. So they were behind the building, he was hiding in the car, they got in the car, DJ and Paul, and this guy shot.
DJ. What's his first name?
I don't know, I might be
Because he's yelling, he's telling me his name's
Yep,
Dan.
it might be Daniel John, yep.
Oh my goodness.
Yep, so they both got shot in the back of the head. Yep, yep.
Wow.
So that's about a year ago.
Wow, okay.
Yep.
And you know what
you were
it's,
in the right block, the 300
the
block.
300, wow,
Yep.
okay.
Yep.
And I don't know how I got lost. I swear my GPS lies to me. Or maybe it's spirit saying you gotta turn this way
Yep,
real quick.
yep.
So, okay, well that starts to make a little bit of sense.
Yep.
With this area right here, let's just say it's in between you 2 people, there is a gentleman coming through. He is very old school, and I'll tell you what gives me the impression he's old school. It's because he's kind of taller, average size, maybe a little lankier than average. He's got darker hair, and it's the way that he combs it back. It's almost like that 1930s, 1940s comb back. When he comes through, my chest hurts. So I don't know if it was heart related. He's smoker, smokes like a chimney, but he's kind of right here, and the energy is right here. That's the best. I mean, that's the best way I can describe him. I swear he's connected to either you or you.
It's her. It's my grandfather.
Okay. He's right here, front and center, and it's just like that's exactly how he's coming through right now. Exactly how I described it. A cigarette in his hand. Cigarette in his hand. So, and it's funny because what people don't understand is, whether you believe or not, and I'm not here to change any minds, that's not what I'm here to do, is we have energy connected to us and loved ones connected to us wherever I go. And it's whether they kind of want to step out and say hi and manifest. Let's see if this pertains to you. It would be your father, your grandfather?
My father.
He had a heart. He had a heart there. Did he put himself out there all the time? No. He was emotionally shut off. This is him. Stubborn SOB that you'll ever see. But he did have a good heart in there. And what is coming through today is that shoulda, coulda, woulda. I could have put myself out there, friends. I could have put myself out there for family. But there is a good side of him as well. So does that maybe match up with his?
Sounds like
yeah. Okay. All right. So that's kind of what I get in here a little bit, but you come in here and it's almost like if you're looking through my eyes, there's so many people in here. So many people. Like you said, congregating.
Right.
This is where the business meetings were held. So, okay. All right. Well, it was nice talking to you guys.
Ashley and I decided that we were going to start the investigation off upstairs. Ashley had a drawing of some kind up here that she wanted to come up here. So, which one of the rooms did you want to go into?
The one right behind you.
Okay, why did you want to go in here?
I don't know. I'm just kind of drawn to that room in the sense of it's actually kind of negative to me. Every time I look at that room or want to go in that room, basically there's a voice that's saying, get the hell out. Especially around the closet area.
You know what these rooms were at one point, right?
No. Was it?
Go ahead.
I think it was mentioned earlier that it was kind of like rooms or housing
Yeah.
for people. Okay.
So a long, long time ago, you'd fit probably 10 to 15 people in this room here. They'd be sleeping here until they could get housing outside of here. They'd come from Poland and actually stay in this building as a housing unit. So.
Yeah, that made sense once I heard that. Only because when you're up here, it's a different feel from downstairs.
Right.
It's that sad sorrow, but that room is different than the other rooms. That is, get the hell out. You don't belong in here.
Gotcha.
So I'd like to go in there first.
Perfect. Let's go.
All right. If we do anything, I'd like to start in the closet if we can.
Just gonna roll some recording here as well. What do you feel like's in this room?
Well,
Or in this closet?
I'm not really sure, to be honest. It's just I go by the feelings that I have. And I don't know what you feel in here, but I feel I'm being told to get out.
In this closet?
In this closet, in that room, in this closet, I'm being told to get out, and it's very like I'm very off balance here, very off balance.
Okay. So let's do EVP session in here.
You literally have to hold on to the shelf because I feel that dizzy.
Oh, jeez. So we came into this room. Ashley was feeling there was somebody in here that did not want us in here at all. Is there somebody here that does not want us in this room? Or in this closet? We've placed a couple of devices on the floor. I placed a recording device up here that we will be able to hear you on if you speak to us. You can touch the devices on the floor. It'll make the lights go off and it'll tell us that you're here. Can you give us a sign that you're here?
When I was in here earlier, you basically told me that I don't belong in here and to get out. Why? Why do we need to get out?
Were you part of this club? Part of this place here? Did you work here? Did you come from Poland? Were you staying here? Let me play it back and see.
Hang on, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna see something.
Why? Why do we need to get out?
Did you hear that?
I heard that. Yeah.
Get out.
Hey guys.
Yeah.
So the whole time I feel like there's somebody behind me. My back kind of feels funny.
Look at the K2 meter too. Look at.
Dan.
Yes.
My
They're
back-
both going on.
My back feels on fire.
Let's
I don't feel good in here.
All right, let's get out of here. Something's going on in here, Louie. Let's get out of here.
Don't you want to stay in here?
No, if her back's on
My
fire.
back's on fire. I feel like something's behind me. Please.
Can we turn the lights on?
That's usually what happens to me before I get scratched.
Yo.
Did not feel good at all, guys. Seriously.
She got a scratch?
2.
Oh my God, are you?
Right in the middle of her back.
It's not, see?
And you're filming me, so you know where my hands are.
I can't see it with this camera.
Give me
Is
her
it
give me her
bad?
light. Your light right on it.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh yeah, right there. Hang on, I gotta
The
focus.
timestamp's gonna be on again.
Hang on, it's not. It's like out of focus, dude. This is weird.
Dude, all of a sudden when that happened, the K2 meters started going off.
I'm like shaking.
It's when we mentioned that Ebenezer. That's bad. I mean, that's dark, deep.
Yeah, that is pretty deep.
I kept telling you I felt like
Let's go downstairs and we'll listen to this downstairs.
Okay.
So basically, we're up in that closet, up in that room where the immigrants would have stayed. All of a sudden, we heard on the K2 or on the recording device here, "Get out." The K2 meters both lit up, and she felt something on her back. Let me just put the light so I can show you. I mean, it looks pretty deep. I mean, it looks like something really gouged her.
Oh my
And we saw that her hands in the filming were right in front of her. At the same time that the K2s lit up, and we heard on the recording device, "Get out." It was really freaky. So we just decided that we were going to get out of there, come down here, finish listening to this, and maybe move on to a different area of this.
Shaking.
Let her have a little break, and we'll move on to a different location and with a different team of people. And go from there.
Let's go check out this old speakeasy. There's a trap door now. It's pretty dark. You want to be careful putting down there. But even Ashley, when she came over here, she said there's a ton of people though. And she didn't know it was a speakeasy. Right. It's huge, so maybe we try to set up some spirit box maybe. Okay. So this is all original from when the time it was a speakeasy in the 20s. There was a bar down here. The bar actually sat along that wall, and all these pink tiles that you see, that was all original. That was here. Kathy said that this roof obviously was a lot taller. There was a stage right above us here, and the stage would cover up that door that we came down. So it was completely shut off. So, during Prohibition, if you wanted to have a safe drink, not get, hassled by the police, you would come to Dom Polski's. So let's see if any of those guys are still here. Try to set up a couple different experiments. Alright, recording spirit box session in the old speakeasy at Dom Polski's. Alright. And again, I just want to see what's naturally coming out of the box here. If we're looking up any radio stations or anything like that. And then we'll try communicating with it. Alright, so at this time, we've come down here in this room. We would like to speak with any of the spirits that are currently residing in this bar. Something's really trying to talk already.
Yeah, if they heard the same voice twice, it's a male.
Well, it's in the 20s, and a lot of Polish immigrants were actually use this building as a safe house. Holy shit. Oh, I saw something over there.
What, like a shadow?
Yeah. Like I was saying, that these were immigrants from Poland, and I bet you a lot of them don't even speak English. Why did you come to America? Can you tell us the name of this building?
Guys, something just touched my neck.
Might be a cowboy.
Might be a cobweb.
No, it felt like a hand, dude. There's no cobwebs right here.
It's cobwebs everywhere. Oh, it felt like a hand though?
Yeah, like somebody grabbed my neck, and now my neck's kind of burning a little bit.
Do you want us to check your neck?
If you want. Where do you say it was, right? Like right around in here. It looks a little red, which is a little like scratch like acid. Okay. I felt like something like grabbed my neck, was like going like this.
That tight, huh?
Yeah.
Is somebody in here grabbing our camera guy?
It said, yep.
Yeah.
Why can't you grab me?
I had a spike on that K2 there.
That one on the right?
Yeah, when you said grab me.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how much harm does it want to cause us?
9?
Well, that's pretty
Yeah, I
bad.
said 10. What is your nationality? Oh, that's a Pole.
You speak English too?
Big spike over here.
Yeah, that one?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
big
there is
spike,
one.
big spike.
Yeah.
Ma'am, whoa, big spikes, both of them. Big spikes again. Ma'am, can you tell us your name? So we can have a proper conversation. My name is Cameron. Big spikes.
Can you say one of our names?
Is that your stomach, dude?
That was fucking loud as shit.
What?
That was like over there, bro. Dude, that was like behind us. That wasn't your stomach.
No.
That was super loud. Did you hear that?
No, I didn't hear.
That was a growl.
That was a straight growl, dude.
Look, guys, something doesn't feel right down here. I'm not kidding.
Dude, wait a minute. That was loud as hell. That was like behind us in that corner.
Yeah.
Who just growled at us? Yo, dude, that was really loud.
I know.
Are we
we-
got like a?
Are we invading your party?
I just got like a breeze over here.
All right, something doesn't, like I said, guys, something isn't right
We gotta
down
stay
here.
now, man. Is that you? Did I just feel
Yeah,
like a
we're
breeze?
here. This is why we're here. We want to know who's here.
I just felt like a breeze like behind you, like on my hand when I was pointing. Oh, spikes.
Are you looking after this place? That's big spikes. We're not here to harm the building. We're here to help the building. We're here to tell the story of Dom Polski's, to invite a new generation of people to come here. Whoa,
That was
huge
all the way to
spikes,
red.
huge spikes.
Dude, I really hope we got that growl on the camera.
It's gotta be on Kevin's.
It was so loud, man.
I didn't even hear
I know,
it.
neither of them did. Only
It was-
you did. Yeah.
I was just biking again, guys.
Did you do that because you want us out of here, or you're just letting us know that you're here?
Are you trying to intimidate us? Because it's not working.
I'm still here.
We're not scared of you. We're not like everybody else who's gonna run away. We just want to talk to you. Why are you down here in the basement? Are you at the old bar?
Where was the bar? In that corner, right? Was it in that corner?
Yeah, it was in that
Yeah,
that
right there,
corner over
right
there.
there.
It was right there.
You sure it came from over there?
I'm
'Cause-
almost positive that I heard it on the left side of my head. That's why it was super loud. It wasn't like real, you know.
Do you work here? Did you at one time work here? Was this the club that you belonged to? There it is again, dude. That's not you?
No, it's not
I
me.
heard that this time.
It's not me. It's coming from over here.
You heard it this time, Kevin?
Yeah, I heard it this
I
time.
heard it too this time.
Dude, I'm not like...
Can you speak?
Ah, shit.
I heard it again.
Did you?
Yeah,
Just now?
just a second ago.
I didn't hear it.
I didn't hear it.
I felt the breeze. Are you breathing on
No,
me?
dude, I was looking down here. I told you I felt
I felt the breeze right here in my
Yeah.
face. Like you were blowing in my
I
face.
swear to God, dude, I was looking right down here. But when I had my hand back here before, I felt it like right on my hand.
Dude, I just want to check upstairs. To me, it kind of sounded like a chair.
No one's up there.
I just want to look, just real quick.
All right, go ahead. But I told you, dude, the breeze.
Is there any messages that you would like for us to tell?
That's Dan. Can you walk by us again, or?
You didn't blow in my
I
face.
swear on my mother.
No, it was like this.
Yeah,
somebody
I
blew on my
swear to
face.
God, man, I did not. I was looking straight down when you said it.
Spikes, spikes.
Yeah, something's active down here for sure.
No one's up there, right?
No, nobody's up there.
Can you growl at us again?
Whoa.
What did it say? No?
Who growled at us? I want.
Big spikes, big spikes.
I want a name.
Are you here to scare us? Do you just want to be left alone?
There's no vents. There's nothing down here that would cause a draft or
Not
anything.
even a window.
Huh?
Not even a
There's
window.
nothing. No, dude. I felt it. Oh, sorry, that was me. I felt it so prominent on my on my hand, and it was cool. You know. It was right after we heard the first one.
Alright. Maybe we should shut this down and try out another spot in the building, but there's definitely something going on down here, man, I'll tell you what.
So Lynn and I have the daunting task of checking out this basement where the lights keep getting broken on the floor as they walk down there. So we're going to head down there and see what we can find. Ready?
Alright, yeah.
Alright, so right here, Lynn, is where, see all these light bulb fixtures?
Yeah.
They come down here and these were picked up out of the garbage and smashed down to the ground.
So they're literally picked up. So something has to pick them up in order for them to
Something.
be. Okay.
Now, I don't know, like, the lady that runs this place, Kathy, I know there's probably a lot of things going on here, but I know I was friends with her daughter who passed away suddenly a couple of years ago. Her name was Brandi. And I don't know if, I think she's here, I really do, and I think that she may be trying to get
attention,
to
right.
let, you know, so, Brandi, I want to try to reach out to you. And, you know, we're here to try to help your mom's club. We were always cool. You know, I'd love to be able to bring some new people in here and keep this place going for another 100 years. So what we're going to do is we're going to set up a spirit box, put a couple K2 meters on the floor, and I'd like to try to talk to you. You know, it's been a couple of years. I saw you about 2 years ago here at the club, around Christmas time, Christmas Eve, I think it was. And see if we can communicate with you and see if maybe this is you trying to say, hey, I'm here. You know, don't ignore me type thing.
Right, just trying to make contact with
Yeah,
them. Yeah, that makes sense. Now we are getting we have a lot of electrical down here, but that's just... I mean, there's nothing here now. There's nothing here. That's just the strange... That was, did you see that coming? 'Cause that was solid energy. It didn't fluctuate, didn't move, just came on. As soon as I turned it on, it was on.
Let it run for a couple seconds here. Let's see.
It's the same voice.
Alright, so we've got a couple of devices here. Lynn has one in her hand, I have one on the floor. Now's your time to come through and speak with us. Let us know that you're here.
It's like the same voice. Who was just standing right here with me and Dan while we were talking, and then just left? What's your name? Are you the one that keeps breaking these lights, pulling them out of the garbage can and smashing them onto the ground? Why don't you come back and talk to us?
Are you happy that we're here trying to help the club?
What the hell was that, dude?
Whoa. Okay, that was
That
loud.
scared the hell out of me.
What was that?
Yeah, what was that? Ooh, did you hear that?
Yeah.
No, that was not nice. That's not nice. We're not using unpleasant language on you.
Dude, that made my heart skip a beat.
Yeah, I know.
Holy crap, my pulse is racing.
Do we know we can't meet again?